Welcome.
Howdy.
Howdy, guys. Welcome to the Deadset Show.
We're back. What's this, episode 17?
I think it's like 16 or I don't
No,
even know.
17, because it's Odd Days Thursday. It's
Oh, it is.
17.
Yeah. We're losing count. There's a lot of episodes.
We're getting there. We're getting there. It's a bit of a sad one today.
It is.
Obviously, yeah, we're going to be talking about the Bondi attack a little bit today.
Yep.
Quick rules before the show starts. We are your hosts, Jax and
Duffy's.
This is the Deadset Show. We talk about some serious political and religious matters. Fair warning. Age discretion age discretion advised.
Did you just have a stroke?
Something like
I
that.
I smell burnt toast.
I will be swearing in this. Quick shout out to our sponsor,
Cabana Cellars. Drink responsibly. Jesus did with his disciples. He's a G.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jesus, my man.
Cheeky bugger again. Disclaimer, the views and opinions of the hosts and commenters of the Deadset Show do not represent the views and opinions of the Deadset Show itself. With that,
let's get into
started.
it. Yeah. So I'm sure as the world is aware, something happened last Sunday evening in Bondi Beach. At Bondi Beach, there was an attack on the Jewish community. It was an Islamic attack, terrorist attack. I think there was about 16 people, fatalities.
Yeah, 16 officially dead so
officially dead, and I think that includes one of the shooters.
Yep.
40 injured as well. This is absolutely terrible, as I'm sure so Australians are aware. This is grinding our gears. This is something that doesn't happen in Australia. My heart goes out to, first of all, the Jewish community. I worship a Jew. I love you guys. I love everyone, right? And you guys were just doing your peaceful thing. It
was a Hanukkah celebration, wasn't it?
Yeah. There was. It was really sad. There was a child at the age of 10 who died as well. It was brutal, absolutely brutal. It was. I'm sure if you've watched the videos, there's been videos out online. It hurts your soul. Honestly, it is just hard to watch. It's a catastrophe. I straight after the last stream that we had, it was literally
like, it was basically just
during
before it, almost during it.
The stream.
It was just, yeah.
I lost sleep over it. I was trying to keep updated as much as possible with everything. As soon as I knew there was an attack on a Hanukkah community, the Hanukkah event, it was really easy to connect the dots straight after. And then they said that it was two Muslims who did this. Now you'll have these people out there who will say, "Oh, look, no, not all Muslims are bad," and I understand where you're coming from. But if you live by the book completely, that's evil. I promise you that. I'll have a lot of things to read out of the Quran that will grind your gears, and that will be a bit later in the episode. But we want to give our thoughts and prayers to the Jewish community, especially that got affected, and anyone out there who did get affected who wasn't part of the Jewish community. I think this was an absolute catastrophe. I'm lost for words. Yeah, I'm shook. It's something that has just really, really upset a lot of people, and it is quite sad.
There's no escape. It's like the scariest incident you could think of is just being around people like at a social gathering event for a holiday celebration. All of a sudden there's just bullets raining down at you and there's nowhere to hide other than behind other people, which you don't want to do.
Yeah.
It's the worst possible thing.
Yeah. And look,
it's just like you're dying by rain, and if you don't die, every bullet that doesn't hit you is killing one of your loved ones in front of you. Yeah. That's such a fucked up thing.
I knew someone who was directly there at Bondi, and my heart goes out to everyone there. But fortunately for him, he heard the shootings, and he lives in Bondi, and he went the other way. He went back home. I was messaging everyone I knew who lives right near there, and I was like, "Are you okay?" Like I was stressed. I'm very thankful that
Yeah, it's no
that you know the people I knew that were okay, but still, this is a big catastrophe, and it's going to be something that's going to be talked about even throughout the whole new year. This is and I mean, we were seeing all these little signs here. We see in England where you know Muslims are taking over. They want to take part of having a Quran in every household. Um, yeah, I think people should maybe read the Quran just to get some insight on really what this belief system is all about. I myself, when I was going through the realm of learning about God, all the different texts, religious texts, scriptures, all that, I myself claimed to be a Muslim at one point in my life because I was trying to figure out what God was. Unfortunately, that was a bad move on my behalf, and I'm not going to shame every Muslim that is out there. Most Muslims I know, to my knowledge, aren't living correctly by the book. The excuse is I was part of a different time. There is just a lot to unfold. I've got a
yeah.
I've got a I'm reading straight from the New South Wales Police website here. I'm just going to read a few things just to keep everyone informed um, from the text. Before I get into that, I'll say shout out to Jack. Thank you for tuning in, Jack. We love you. Hello, Jack. So yes, so this is what they've got on there officially on their site at the moment, just to keep you guys informed. It says here the police are continuing to investigate a mass shooting that resulted in 16 people dying and 40 people injured in Sydney's east yesterday evening. Yesterday evening was at this time when they said this. This is at the 15th, so it was on the 14th. About 6:40 p.m. Sunday, 14th of December, 2025, emergency services was called to Bondi Beach following reports of a public place shooting. Officers attached to Eastern Suburbs Police Area Command, surrounding commands, and specialist police immediately responded and located two men using long arms to fire into crowds of people. Multiple officers exchanged fire with two men and two officers. A constable and probationary constable suffering gunshot wounds. During the incident, one shooter, a 50-year-old man, was shot by police and died at the scene. So that was one of the shooters. The other shooter, a 24-year-old man, suffered critical injuries and was taken to the hospital under police guard. As a result of the incident, 14 people died at the scene. 42 people, including 4 children, were taken to hospitals across Sydney. Police have since been told 2 other people, a 10-year-old girl and a 40-year-old man, have since died in hospital. Rest in peace. And those who died are yet to be formally identified. However, police believe their age ranges between the age of 10 and 87 years old. 5 people remain in critical conditions, with others remaining in serious and stable conditions. Both officers remain in serious but stable conditions. A significant crime scene has been established, closing Bondi Beach and surrounding roads. And detectives from the Joint Counter-Terrorism team have commenced an investigation into the incident. Following initial inquiries, detectives have located and seized 3 firearms from the scene. They will undergo a forensic examination. Investigations are continuing. Now, so we've got the 3 firearms. There was actually 6 firearms, and we've believed this 50-year-old shooter who has been shot was on a working visa.
Yeah.
So
And the dad was also, it might not say it on there, but the dad was also had been on an Islamic like an Islamic terrorist watch
list, yes.
And now how he can get 6 guns is beside me, because
on a working visa. If we have policies out there that allow you to do that, what are we doing, Australia?
I've personally been through the whole system, and like I know exactly how it works, how strenuous it is to get a gun, and exactly what laws lie behind it. And to have 6 of them is an like
How?
I don't even know anybody. Like, I know hunters. I'm a hunter. I don't know anyone that has 6 guns, let alone on a working visa.
Right? Right? How does that work? And so this is a result of we need to die down on our policies, Australia. Like honestly, what is this? I don't understand. And you know what the thing was? Albanese came in for 10 minutes to Bondi, and that's it. 10 minutes. Are you serious? Are you serious? That
Took a
is
couple photos and then
outraged.
left.
Yeah, that has outraged a lot of Australia. And if you're defending Albanese, whatever.
Fight me.
Is it quite find quicksand? Is it?
No. This time it's just fight me.
Oh wow, yeah,
like,
wow.
Or like, I'm not gonna like randomly attack you, but like, please get into a sanctioned bout with me.
It is honestly, this is outraged a lot of Australia and most of Australia. And I'm just going to say this: you can express your opinion in the comment section. I'll read it out. I'll make your voice heard. But this is what's going to get Pauline Hanson her vote. People are really outraged. This shouldn't happen in Australia. And unfortunately, we have all these people who, and I will say it, we have all the woke and the Islamic people, the Palestine people storming the Harbour Bridge at some point this year, saying, free Palestine. Look, you're doing it to raise awareness, but guess what? We're all aware. We're all aware. What's that changing? You're holding up traffic. We're all aware.
A pro-Palestine protest has just been denied. They wanted to do one in Sydney recently, and the Sydney police just denied them.
Good.
And
keep that.
At the risk of sounding like an asshole, suck shit. Like, I don't, and like, I'm not a pro-Islam person either. I don't give a fuck about Middle Eastern countries and their well-being and the people within them, because
I care about the citizens.
No,
I care about the citizens.
No, I don't.
But
I don't
at
face value, because they're not my homesmen. They're not my countrymen. I do not. And if they come here and they show decent values, then I care.
Then
but
fine,
honestly,
right?
There's not enough care within me as one person to give a fuck about everyone on the planet.
It's too risky.
Not.
It's too risky to keep
It's
this.
enough to care about just all my countrymen. Like, it's enough to care about fucking 8 million people. Like,
is it 24 million? It might be 26 million. It's 26 million. We have 26.
Oh, yeah. 8 million in Sydney or something.
Yeah. It's a lot in Sydney. I feel. Yeah, it might be only a million, but maybe I don't know.
Like the Sydney greater area.
Yeah. But this is the thing, right? Like, it's just. I understand that we are a multicultural country, and it is good to have that multiculturalness, if that's a word, right? But the thing is, this is the result of us being like, let everyone in and yeah, let's celebrate. Like, you must realize that when you read these books that these people are very much into, this is the result of that. And I'm not saying that all Muslims are bad. I'm saying a lot of Muslims are deceived. That's what I'm saying. And then when you actually do live by the book, which I will read out, I've got a dozen different Quran scriptorial quotes just from the Quran itself and what they mean. And if you want this in your country, and if you still want to stand by them, wow. Let's honestly, wow. What are you doing? This is not good. And I'm not someone to say that I'm anti this or anti that, but this is really getting out of hand. And yeah, to say that this is just two people, you should have saw what the mother said. The mother said of the 24-year-old shooter, she said he was a good boy. Then what would you define as bad? And because she's defending him, right? The mother is obligated to say that her son is a good boy out of the fear of her own husband and Allah, right? Because here, I'm going to read out Surah 434 just to clear my throat to get this started, right? So just hear this out, right? This is exactly coming from the Quran. Surah 434. Men are in charge of women by right of what Allah has given one over the other and what they spend for maintenance from their wealth. So righteous women are devoutly obedient, guarding in the husband's absence what Allah would have them guard. But those wives from who you fear arrogance, first advise them, then if you persist, forsake them in bed, and finally strike them. But if you obey, once more, seek no means against him. Indeed, Allah is ever exalted and grand. Dude, What is that? You basically just said you can strike your wife. You can strike your wife. This is just the tip of the iceberg.
The crazy thing is the alternate translation for that is they go, no, it says punish them. It's like, it says punish them, and then in brackets, like your English depiction also says punish gently. So it's like, what do you mean? Why do you have to say gently for a punishment?
Yeah.
Like, how do you gently take someone's Xbox off them?
Right?
Like, that's not what it's saying. It's saying like
gently take someone's Xbox.
It's not saying use a form of punishment that is anything other than violence.
Right? And this is why, like, I'm sure this is why the mother's deceived. She's absolutely deceived. If she thinks that her son's a good boy, well, guess what? They all think they're all good doing this stuff in our country. Call me a racist, but this is the truth. And it's quite unsettling, there is just non-stop, what I'm going to do, I'm going to read this out. This is what a close relative of mine has shared. And you can fact check me on all these.
Wait, is this a quote in the Quran?
There's 12 quotes in it.
Let me read it in Islam voice.
This is going to get us cancelled, but I will let you. Right. So this is so these are it. Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Right. Just read them out for us, Jax.
Quran 2191. Slay the non-believers.
I think we should just tell the people, because it's going to be hard to decipher. I think we should just tell the people what exactly it is in our tongue. I know it's going to be fun, but this is it's
so fucked. I'm reading it and I'm actually just like, ugh.
Just read it out.
Ready?
Read it out.
2191.
Quran.
Slay the unbelievers wherever you may find them. Quran 328. Muslims must not take the infidels as friends. Quran 533. Maim and crucify the infidels if they criticize Islam. Quran 812. Terrorize and behead those who believe in scriptures other than the Quran. Quran 385. Any religion other than Islam is not acceptable. Quran 860. Muslims must muster all weapons to terrorize the infidels. Quran 865. Unbelievers are stupid. Muslims are urged to fight them. Quran 9.5. When the opportunity arises, kill the infidels wherever you find them. Quran 9.30. The Jews and Christians are perverts. Fight them. Motherfucker, you fucking fucked a 9-year-old. What the fuck?
I'll read out that one too. I'll read out that.
Quran 123. Make war on the infidels living in your neighborhood. So this is what I was saying. Why is anyone like that believes in a multicultural country actually upset? He just did what he wanted. Like he just did his thing.
He just read by the book.
He just did his thing. Like
he just went by the book.
You should be like, that's his belief.
That's his belief. Be proud of him. Celebrate him.
Accept his beliefs.
Isn't that bad?
Punish the unbelievers with garments of fire hooked with iron rods, boiling water. Melt their skin and bellies. Quran 47.4. Do not seek peace with the infidels. Behead them when you catch them. Yeah, right. See, this is the whole thing. It's like, what's the point in talking about how the guy that took down one of the gunmen at first, or like went to get him, was a Muslim? What's the point of mentioning how many good Muslims there are, or like there was this police that's actually a Muslim? What's the point? It's like, okay, do they follow their religion fully?
No.
then they're not a Muslim.
Then they're not a Muslim.
That's my point.
That's
If you
exactly
don't
right.
follow your religion fully, you can't call yourself that. Or at least if you want to, you're just bullshitting. At the end of the day, you're not that. Like in the same way that if somebody goes around hunting people with a gun and shooting them and calls himself a Christian, you go, well, he's not a Christian. Well, that's because he's not doing what the Bible says to do. This guy just did what his book said to do. He is a Muslim. Like, he is exactly what this faith says to do. He is just abiding by his fucking law. And it's not a matter of like, oh, well, no, some of them don't believe in that. Okay, then you're not a Muslim. We don't have a terrorist problem. We have a Muslim problem. It's not terror. It's not an extremist version of Islam. It is Islam. The extremist version is the people that we don't mind, that don't read the whole Quran, and they've just grown up with like Muslim parents. They're just like, I guess I'm Muslim, but they're actually decent people. Those are the okay ones. Like, it's not the fact that these guys that go on killing sprees are extremists. They're the actual ones abiding by the religion.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%.
That's why I say abolish the religion, because it won't hurt anyone that's like, but I'm a Muslim and I don't kill people. It's like, are you though?
Yeah,
are you a Muslim though? Like,
can you prove to us that you really like when Muhammad married a 6-year-old, consummated the marriage at 9. Consummated means finish off the marriage with sexual intercourse. And then it says she has her dolls nearby. I'll read that exact one out for you too. Yeah, and you want to say it's for a different time. Great, right? So, all right. Let's give the comment section a voice here. So shout out to Jack. Hello, Jack again. Jack said, where are we? He said, yeah, it was Muslim doing Muslim. I don't want to swear. Shit. Yep, there you go. Thank you. I'll take the free toilet paper. All I'm saying is, how can't I have one as a citizen? Bit they can with the guns, right? Yeah. Is that they like a working visa?
You got to apply for one, and you have to have no criminal record whatsoever. Is the issue?
Yeah, and they are all deceived. They follow a false prophet. Absolutely, 100%. First time chatter, Clap City 404. Shout out to you. Thank you for tuning in. You've got a voice here, and I'll be the vessel of your voice. So Clap City said, not to mention they never originated from the Middle East. They came from the Southeast Asia and conquered the whole region, so they cannot say previous verse is self-defense like they try to. The myth of radical Islam is indeed a myth. Go check out the Pew research from 10 to 15 years ago, which showed the majority support extreme ideas. Yeah. Absolutely.
No, they do.
Absolutely. 100%.
It's honestly, I find it so similar to, and this is a completely different topic, but funnily enough, it has its similes. I find it so similar to the whole thing going on with the overcorrection of what was racism 50 years ago in America, where now they had systems like DEI and stuff in place for a while, where the dark-skinned people in the country are going, we just want everything to be equal, but then when you actually interview them to a point and you go, well, look, it's not equal because there are people not getting the job where you guys are because you're black, and you don't even have as good a results as these other people. See, it's overcorrected. And they go,
oh, it's systematic.
But what they do is they go, yeah, but I think that's what needs to happen. Like, it's the same shit. It's like when you really cut it down to it and you say to them, are you loyal to Australians? Like, if it was Muhammad or a guy in footy shorts and thongs, which would you save? If it's not the guy in footy shorts and thongs from your fucking country, like, you're not an Australian.
You're not, yeah.
And that's, at the end of the day, that's exactly right. Is most of them really do actually fundamentally come down to believe in these extremist values, because that's the ideal of the religion.
Absolutely.
It's the ones that don't know it that well that are actually the best. They're the best of people. They're just, it's the same as people that grown up in Christian households and they just kind of went along, never really looked at themselves. It's just a thing.
And that's the difference between Islam and, say, Judaism and Christianity, right?
Yeah.
In Judaism, you're not taught to just destroy people. Like, you are taught to love people. I honestly, my mission is to love everyone. That's why my understanding when it comes to Muslims is that because they're not living by the book, that's fine. I love you, but just not your sin. I don't like the evil that you do. I love you, but there's this evil that you should not be doing. That's the evil I don't like, and that should not be in this country. It shouldn't be. This is the result, you know? First time chatter, Mr. Cyanwolf. Nathan, you're a beautiful gem. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. God bless you. Yeah, so and let me tell you this. This is going to boil your blood too. So, let me name all, or not, this isn't even all. This is just the tip of the iceberg. But let me name a lot of the attacks that we are unfortunate to have due to Muslim terrorists, right?
Muslim to Jew terrorists.
Yep. So, the Bondi Beach attack, obviously, Muslim. The Nice attack, Muslim. Paris attacks, Muslim. Lint Cafe attack, Muslim. The Shoe Bomber, Muslim. The Orlando attack, Muslim. Beltway snipers, Muslim. The Fort Hood shooter, Muslim. The underwear bomber, Muslim. The Westminster attack, Muslim. The 2005 Bali bombings, Muslim. The murder of Lee Rigby, Muslims. The USS Cole bombers, Muslims. The London Bridge attack, Muslims. The Mantrid train bombers, Muslims. The Charlie Hebdo attack, Muslims. The San Bernardino attacks, Muslim. The Surabaya bombings, Muslim. The Minnesota mall stabbings, Muslim. The 7/7 bombers, Muslim. The Moscow theater attackers, Muslim. The Boston Marathon bombers, Muslim. The Ankara airport attack, Muslim. The Manchester arena bombing, Muslim. The Pan Am number 103 bombers, Muslim. The Iranian embassy takeover, Muslim. The Air France hijackers, Muslims. The 2002 Bali nightclub attack, Muslims. The Bamina attacks, Muslims. The Beirut embassy bombers, Muslims. The Libyan US embassy attack, Muslims. The Yazidi massacre of 2014, Muslims. The beheading of French priests, Muslims. The Buenos Aires bombers, Muslims. The Israeli Olympic team, Muslims. I don't know why that's there. The Kenyan US embassy, Muslims. The Kobar Tower bombers, Muslims. The Beirut Marine bombers, Muslims. The Bezian school attacks, Muslims. The first WTC bombers, Muslims. The beheading of Daniel Pearl, Muslims. The actually Loro hijackers, Muslims. The Bombay attacks, Muslim. The 9/11 hijackers, Muslim. Can you please name me, other than the Crusades, what we have for Christianity as the terrorists? Or the Jews? I mean, yeah, you could look at Netanyahu, but that is him, not the Jews. It's, you could, but this is the problem, is that it's getting bad. It's getting, we need to do something about this. Pauline Hanson has it right. She said it right.
Like, getting bad. It's been bad.
It's been bad for so long, right?
For thousands of years.
And we've got here as well, Clap City said, not to mention Lit Cafe, another terrorist who was already on ASIO watch list and still managed to carry out that horrific event. What are we doing with this watch list? These guys, our security, what are you doing? You need to figure this out. It's hurting your fellow citizens. Man, and even Jack said Christchurch in New Zealand is the only one I know of where they got targeted.
Where Muslims got targeted, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I sound like an anti-Muslim person right now, but honestly, it's not too far off the ball where you have this in our country and this is what's happening, man. And I don't want to look like this radical or whatever, but it's making us all look like that.
Oh, I'm anti-Muslim.
And same here, it's evil, right?
You can get fucked if you're a Muslim. I'm sorry, I don't care. Just because you're uneducated on your religion that you choose to proclaim yourself as, that doesn't mean I'm the asshole for being educated and knowing facts about your religion you don't, and declaring you a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the bad guy because you don't know what you're going around calling yourself.
Exactly right.
That's not my fault.
Yep.
You're just a fucking idiot.
Hey, I'm going to read Surah 929 as well. Let's look this one up. 929 Surah.
And if there's a massive problem with that, then just defend some of the quotes that I read out before. Defend Muhammad marrying a 6-year-old and consummating the marriage at 9. Defend the children that they indoctrinate to say speeches and say things like, find the infidels, behead them wherever they hide. When you find them behind rocks, behead them. Defend all this shit to me legitimately, and maybe I'll turn around and say, okay, all good. But until then, I'm just gonna think you're a piece of shit at face value if you say you're a Muslim. Like I don't know, I just do. It's the same as like being like, oh, I'm a Satanist. Like it's just like, okay, all right,
It's
you
weird
evil cunt.
when someone says they're a Satanist. I'm like, it's like you're saying, right? If you're a Satanist, it's like you're saying, like, this is the best analogy I can give it to, right? It's like you're saying Luke Skywalker didn't exist, but Darth Vader, he's my boy, and you're just like, dude, like you just missed the point. Like we literally, that's the antagonist, and you're just getting completely removing the protagonist. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? I'm about to read 0929, but before I do, here's the one about the 6-year. This is about mounting a 9-year-old. This is so bad. I hate ushering those words out of my mouth.
Hear this again. I'm gonna get a beer while you say this.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'll be the host now. So here's the source. So it's Sunan an Nasai 3378, book 26, Hadith 183. Fact check me. It was narrated that Aisha said, "The Messenger of Allah married me when I was 6 and consummated the marriage with me when I was 9. And I used to play with dolls." Consummated definition means make a marriage or relationship complete by having sexual intercourse. If you say it was of a different time, then you're not living by the book. You're not living by the book. There's no defense on that. And you could look at me as a Christian and go, you don't believe in, this or that, and you don't do this, or you don't wear one cloth garment. Guess what? All that stuff was fulfilled by Jesus Christ. And now we live by the 10 Commandments, and we try live very strongly by what we can deem by loving everyone, by love thy neighbor, and doing everything that is a selfless act, not a selfish act. This is bad. This is bad. And here we go. This is 929 for you guys as well. Fight those who do not believe in Allah and the last day, nor comply with what Allah and his messenger has forbidden, nor embrace a religion of truth from among those who have given scripture until they pay the tax, willingly submitting, fully humbled. That's actually a really passive. They have different versions of the Quran, by the way, as they do as the Bible, but they're different translations. This is bad, dude. This is bad. Look at this. Ready? I'll get another one up. Here we go. Let's get this one up. This is on WordPress. What the heck? We won't go on there.
Oh, it's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. I don't even fucking...
I can keep going.
Hearing it once is like enough, and you're just like, okay, I'm done.
It's basically, yeah, 929 basically says, discussing fighting those of the book. So Judeo-Christian belief, Jews and Christians who don't believe in Allah. And basically following the true religion, as Muslims will say, until they pay jizya, poll tax, willingly while subdued. So it is all ado about force and just destroying infidels. And I can't, look, it's not good. It's just not good. Mr. Cyan Wolf said, in this life we can do our best and let God do the rest. Dude, preach, man. That is, you could rhyme that. You could rhyme that perfect, right? Jack said, you can't defeat evil, just destroy it. Davey, shout out to Davey. Thank you for tuning in. Said, don't worry, I'm here. Also, F those guys from Bondi. I've got a swear jar.
Fuck.
Thank you. Pardon me. Pardon me, really, that was bad. I have a swear jar, so I'm trying not to swear here. Look at me living by my book. No, that's pride. Never mind. You're saying say it, Dave. Jack, I'm going to get you to hold the podcast for a second. I need to go to the toilet.
You send it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a little tidbit that's probably worth saying now then probably is, look, as someone who, there's this thing that happens that there's all these protests that happen in Australia constantly, and there's all these, events that happen near Parliament House, a lot of these big public events that there's a certain sect of Australia that doesn't really get time to go to because we work like 6 days a week and we work from like 6 o'clock till like 5 o'clock, and that's the tradies. We barely get our say in, And half the time, I think, you know, people think it's because we don't care or we don't have an opinion on it. It's most of the time just because we're so fucking tired from keeping the place going that we don't have time or the energy to jump online and say things, the majority of us. Nor do we have the time or the ability to get off of work to be able to come to these events and have our say. To Muslims, to people that come from other countries and think like this is great, blah blah, like out, you know, we're welcome to come and just completely bring our own culture. Fuck Australian culture, want no part of it. But this is open to us. The tradies must not care. They don't really, you know, they're the kind of the biggest, the strongest, the scary of them, and we don't really see them say anything. We don't see them at these protests. We don't see them at the events. As one of these guys, especially someone that goes, like I have a lot of invested friends in trade industries. I go to many job sites. I work around all of Sydney and meet up with, you know, 10 to 20 different tradies on a daily basis often. Make no mistake, you're not welcome here. Like, make no mistake, this isn't a matter of, oh, the tradies don't care, the majority of the hard workers that keep the country running don't care. Make no mistake, we fucking hate your religion. We fucking hate your culture. We do not want you here. Like, we don't. We want you here if you hate your own culture, where you come from, and you want to come here to open yourself up to something better. You are 100% welcome. We want you here. If you can realize the evil in where you've come from. And if not, make no mistake, the majority of us that you think don't care because we're quiet, because we're too fucking busy to get involved in this shit, make no mistake, you're not welcome. We do not welcome you.
It's bad, man. I want to also say honestly, like, yeah, shout out to the guy that did save people during that time. Obviously, he's a Muslim not living by the book, because if he did,
he's a Muslim that's lived in the fucking country for the last 20 years and been impacted by the culture of Australia.
Yeah,
he's not a Muslim.
He's
not a Muslim. Yeah. If he's a Muslim, if the Islamic religion is real, he's going to hell. He stopped the jihad.
He did. And it is
lucky it's not real. Lucky it's not real. Lucky it's a crock of shit. Lucky that he's fucking welcome here because he's shown bravery, and he should probably open himself up to the realization that that religion, that doctrine that he fucking assumedly lives by is this is the only result of this. This is the only final answer. It equals this at some point down the line, no matter what you do. If you follow a doctrine that says to kill and maim and behead the non-believers and the infidels,
that's just how do you justify that? Because if you're going to live by the book, aren't you going to do it? And if not, maybe there's a better bit of scripture that you could live by. Follow Jesus.
Well, at the end of the day, you're not living by the scripture you claim to. So
exactly
why not just give it up? Why not just give it up at that point and just realize that actually the last 20 years that you've lived in this country has been great. You've seen that now, even though you got shot in that incident, now you've now got like over $2 million raised for you while you're in hospital. You're clearly a very decent person at heart, clearly a very brave person. And I really hope that, I really hope people can point him in the right direction of realizing that, like, this wasn't an extremist that did this to him and to the people of Bondi. This was just a person accurately following their faith. And for all of you that say just respect everyone's religion, let what be, like,
I've got something that a good friend of mine wants to say. He wants to remain anonymous, but this is a very very good point, man, and I think a lot of you guys will agree. So, the Australian Labor Party is becoming a clear glass reflection of the United States Democrat Party, with the same plans to flood the country with unchecked immigration to secure future voters for the party. As we observed, the American Democratic Party flooded the US with third world migrants, often giving them incentives and welfare, ensuring they will be future voters for the party. Now we can see that being replicated here. As a result, you have extreme cultures not assimilating into Australia and are also easily radicalised. The current climate is optimal for radicalisation thanks to politicians like Albanese, recognising terror states like Palestine, allowing anti-Semitism in central hubs like Sydney and Melbourne to go unchecked. It was only earlier this year synagogues and Jewish businesses were being firebombed. These culprits should have been an example of by the full force of the law, but instead the focus shifted to unushering in digital censorship disguised as protecting youth. Words of wisdom, man. He knows.
Yeah, no, you got it right. It is literally becoming a mirror version.
Yep.
It is really becoming a mirror version. And I mean, it was always bound to happen. There's a natural phenomenon of Australia where we remain such an important part to Western countries as a whole because of the providing of minerals that we have.
Yeah.
But we're essentially a step down in the culture, in the whole, I guess, culture scheme of things, where we're a good decade down the line. Whatever's going to happen in America happens to us like 10 years later.
And you see Britain too.
And we're seeing the start of like 10 years ago in America. My only hope is like, the only shit thing is like right now is about when Steve Irwin would have been like running for Prime Minister. Like if he wasn't fucking dead. And,
wouldn't that be?
and,
God
great.
bless
It'd
his
be the
heart,
Aussie
man.
Donald Trump would come in and it would just be like fucking yes. There's honestly, there's no other.
It's an antidote to this craziness, honestly.
There's no other Australian figure I can think of that would do this.
Pauline Hanson.
Pauline Hanson is
the closest we've got.
Yeah,
that's figure instead of politician. Yeah, I get you.
Good. We wouldn't want like Hugh Jackman or something. He's honestly politically a total fuckwit. We don't want somebody that does like honestly great actor, probably awesomely nice dude.
But he's a Christian. He just confessed his faith recently.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well,
maybe something's changing.
Well, I've seen him play a lot of gay characters in fucking musicals and shit like that, so I don't know how Christian he is. Like that sounds.
Yeah,
like
you can claim to be. Yeah, you can claim to be a Christian, and obviously.
So that's my thing.
But I understand.
Is he? And I'm not. And see, this is why I don't claim to be, because I swear, I drink like a fish. I am happy if you like if like I'm.
You don't believe in Christian ethics. You think it's better ultimately for the country in terms of.
I think it's way better, but there's definitely not it's definitely not a love for Jesus Christ that pushes me and motivates me in life.
We'll get him. We'll get him.
Declare myself a Christian. So I'm not going to go and saying I'm a Christian, and that's fine. I think you can not be a Christian and be a good person. I think you can be a Christian and be a good person. I don't think you can be a Muslim, like actually be a Muslim,
living by the book.
Now here's the thing. I don't think the people that don't want to behead, like if you say I'm a Muslim, but I don't want to behead the infidels and do all this stuff like that, then you're not a Muslim.
By the book.
Then you're not a Muslim.
Yeah, exactly right.
Just what's the point? What's the point of continuing this? What's the point of lying and being like, oh, I just forget that part? Like, what's the fucking point of this? This sounds like, you know what this sounds like? We've been hearing this for the last 10 years where someone's like emotionally torturing, emotionally manipulated somebody, where we have some like seriously overarchingly dark higher figure over someone's life, where we've seen like cases where like a man has like scared like this drunken large guy. We've seen this stereotype on like shows and stuff for ages, where this big scary dark evil man, this drunken man, has just completely like manipulated his wife into being this curdled little ball of feminine scaredness and just inability to protect herself. And it's this whole fucking demographic of them, when people go to the girl and go, leave him, run away, she actually then defends him. This is what you look like to your God, Muslims. This is exactly what you look like. You look like this fucking tortured, manipulated, scared woman that's just been fucking forced by this big, evil, cranky drunk to just go, no, but he's not such a bad guy. It's not, no, forget it. No, it's not that bad. It's not that, it's just because just because he says to kill the infidels, just because somebody that went to my mosque went and, shot 16 people and injured fucking 30 something others. It's
48.
it's not that, it's not such a bad guy. That's fucking you.
It's a tragedy, man. It is a tragedy what is happening. And I think, honestly, this is just the Muslims clearing their throat in Australia. You watch, we'll go 2 to 5 years in the future from now. And you look at what will happen if we don't do anything about this. We've got a comment from Clap City.
Wait, I also just want to make an announcement quickly. Channel 9 News Australia, you're a fucking evil corporation. If there's a terror incident in Australia, all news about all things to do with it, the killer, the victims, everything, as long as the victims' families are happy to release it, but especially the killer, everything should be findable, accessible, free to the people of the country. And you have put a pay lock on some of your weird little fucking programs that pop up on Facebook. I've seen people commenting.
Oh yeah, they go. Yeah, if you want to read the rest of the article,
a $2 a month subscription to see the rest of the article about information about the killer. You money hungry, stingy, fucking mainstream media cunts. I dead set wish it was you instead of the Jewish people. That's so fucked up.
Yeah, they're
the people deserve.
It's like they're gatekeeping information.
You find.
Yeah, and even so, right? Like, are they that stupid to think that when obviously we're going to find the information elsewhere, and they're like, oh yeah, let's put a subscription service on it. It's like, dude, what? It's
so fucking dumb.
So we'll say, Clap City, he said, most Hollywood elites love being woke because they have barely touched reality and couldn't be further from it, yet they are happily embraced. They happily embrace people like Epstein in Diddy in their culture. Christian actors like Chris Pratt give me hope though. Oi, shout out. Oi, Deadset. I like Chris Pratt. This man's. I remember what was it on the? It was a Hollywood Awards thing, and he goes, "I'm a Christian." Big move for this day and age because we're just so littered by woke culture. And honestly, no, I couldn't agree more, man.
Which I feel bad for you guys because I feel like you've honestly you cop a lot of the flack that Muslims should cop because you get lumped in with just like the religion
side of things,
with, like against like a secular versus religion, and then people are like, oh, there's so much all religions stuff about religions, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute.
If you're someone who says all religions are the same, you have not studied theology. You have not studied any theology. You don't know what you're talking about. You've just skimmed past certain little texts of little bits and gone, yeah, it's all the same. No, it's not. It's not. Yeah, we all have a God-shaped hole in truly what I believe. But this is the problem, is that when people go, oh, religions are the same, you go, oh, really? Allow me to clear my throat. And then you show them all these things and they go, oh, but the Bible said this and this. And you go, no, it didn't. And it's all these just scouring past things that people have just under-analyzed, sorry.
Yeah.
And they think they've just figured out the truth. Like the whole thing where it's like, oh, actually, the mistranslation isn't a man shouldn't sleep with a man. It's a man shouldn't sleep with the, a man shouldn't sleep with the boy.
But yeah, a man shouldn't sleep with a boy. That's fucking shut up.
Dude, no, it's not. If you look at the Aramaic, the Greek, and the Hebrew text,
so be able to. I'm kidding. Oops. No, it's what you do is you just pull shit out your ass. That's like, you'd think of these little things. It's like, oh, maybe there's not much easy to find information on that, so I can make this crazy claim, and it's hard for people just to be able to just swat straight aside. But I mean, you started doing this shit right in the age of AI being assisted with Google. People are gonna find the information. There is literal Hebrews that look, and I don't want the episode to be about that. It's definitely not a matter of the fact that Christianity seems to be evil is why I'm not a Christian. the reason comes back to a point of the Dead Sea Scrolls, which we'll definitely have another episode on soon.
Yeah,
Because
it'd be good.
my
Yeah.
biggest contention at the end of the day
prophecies.
is the foundation of when it became a religion itself, and why there's certain texts that aren't added, and potentially other texts that were taken out that we just don't know because of the holding of the scriptures.
Because you have the non-canonical biblical texts, like the Book of Enoch.
Yeah, exactly. Things
African
like that being
African
found at the
Christian,
same time with the Dead Sea
I
Scrolls
think
is what's a big issue for me. It's almost
the
my biggest
Ethiopian
issue.
Christians do read the Book of Enoch as biblically canon.
Yeah, right.
And
Yeah.
dude, that's where a lot of it actually stemmed from. When people say Christianity is a white religion, you don't know your theology.
Yeah.
You don't know. You just think like because we depicted Hollywood films, and this is where it goes back to the woke, just looking at Hollywood films thinking this is the truth. We depicted Hollywood films with white actors being Jesus, and you're like, oh, Jesus wasn't white. Duh. He was a Jew. I worship a Jew. My Christians in the chat, we worship a Jew. The difference is he called the Pharisees a brood of vipers because they were prideful in what they thought they were so above, when realistically they weren't living by the truth. So Davey said, but we got to stop the far right extremists and the anti-Semites. I actually do agree. This is why I'm more conservative, just like Charlie Kirk, where he had a racist come into one of his talk things and said something very actually racist, like basically like Nazi type racism. And he goes, you, my friend, you, sir, have no right in the conservative movement.
Wait,
and
wasn't it the gay thing?
I think maybe it was. Yeah, it was either one of the two.
I think it was the gay. I think it was the guy that was saying gay guys aren't welcome.
And then he just said he should destroy them or something like that.
Yeah, no, he was saying like they're just completely not welcome because they're not Christian, and Christian is conservative, and he was saying no,
you have no right.
No, you can be Christian and can be conservative, but to be conservative doesn't mean you have to be Christian.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Clap City also said here, their only attack against Christianity is the brutal Crusades, but they forgot that Islam first did their jihad all the way into Europe. Crusade was a response to the first Islamic jihad. Yeah, absolutely. The Christians were getting slaughtered, and because we live so sorely by the book of just, this is what's going to happen, there were Christians that were like, we're going to die.
See,
that's what happened.
Even put it on the Crusades, because here's how I look at it, right? It's the same as the whole pedophiles in the chapel thing, okay? So
you have the same amount of pedophiles as in.
Well, here's how I look at it, right? You call Muslims or, like, say, Muhammad a pedophile because he married a 6-year-old and then consummated marriage with a 9-year-old, right? Okay, fair, makes total sense. You call Christians pedophiles because, or even, a pastor,
the Catholic Church,
pedophiles because of people that were pedophiles that were in the Catholic Church. The difference is it's not written in their doctrine and their religion to be that. As someone that isn't a Christian, like sitting on the outside, I'm telling you, it doesn't say anywhere in the Bible that it's acceptable to do that.
Mm-hmm.
These guys were going against the Bible, completely against it, like directly against it. And that's why the church didn't hide it. That's why the church, when the rest of them found out, were actually the ones who were the whistleblowers for this, were people within the church.
Absolutely.
So,
and you can't say Christianity leads to pedophilia. You know what leads to pedophilia?
The problem is it doesn't have it in their doctrine.
Exactly right. And then
this is why I say the Crusades don't really, like, as much as, look, I don't like, I'm very, very angry at the people for burning the Great Library. They took away, probably centuries of accumulative human knowledge.
Absolutely.
The problem is that, like, when you say who do we blame it on, we blame it on Christians, but it doesn't say anywhere in the Bible that was a righteous thing to do, or that's what they were to do. It doesn't actually say anywhere in the Bible, burn all scriptures that go against the Bible. It doesn't say that.
It doesn't.
So they were going against the Bible, or at least not going with it by doing that. So I can't really put the blame on Christians. Just like it doesn't say molest little kids, unlike the Quran.
Yeah, and then people were pointing fingers at the Catholic Church then, going, oh, if you're Catholic, you're a pedophile. It's like, you have no knowledge, man. You're just looking at the most surface level stuff. It's bad. And I mean, dude, shout out to all my Jews, all my Catholics, all my East Orthodox, all my Protestants. We love you. I love you. You guys aren't pushing this stuff to the point that you're going to kill someone. And if you do, that's evil, but that doesn't justify whether or not God is real or not. It's just justifying that you can still do evil as a person. We're all very capable of it. And unfortunately,
the difference is the doctrine that you live by, is the set of laws that you say you value yourself and other people on, and what you live for. Is that telling you to do bad things? And if it is, and you fully abide by it, then in turn, at some point, you will do these said bad things.
Absolutely.
Like,
you got to look at your values, man. You got to look at, that's exactly, you know. Jack said, as a religion, we are pretty soft, Duffy? Like we in the Bible it says we like you will be hated by the world, like you, and even when you are, you know, and that's the thing. As a result, people can take the piss out of Christianity because we don't have this radicalism of going, oh, we're gonna kill you if you do. We have to accept that you will and just sit there and cop it.
Yeah, I remember the first time I heard about Islam as a religion, the first time I ever heard about it. Now, I can't remember the exact setting. I can't remember who said this to me. I can't remember any of this, so it's pretty loose, but I do remember this for some reason. I remember me saying, like, this loose conversation about it. What is it? Oh, it's a religion, you know, like Christianity, like, and it was mentioned someone that was in my life that was a Christian. It was like them, you know how they're. I was like, oh, okay, right. And who's this Muhammad? And the answer was, it's kind of like their Jesus. It's their main prophet guy. That's the difference. I went, oh, okay, right. And it was in context of someone getting beaten up or like something happened to them because they depicted Muhammad in some wrong way, and that's why I was like asking about it. And I went, yeah, because I heard about this happen, and I remember the answer was, yeah, don't do that, be very careful about that. Like, people will come at you for that. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do anything like that and put it online or anything like that. Like, I was little at this time, but we had internet when I was little, and we had kids just starting Facebook accounts and putting up posts and things, and it was like, but I remember that was the first thing I heard about it. I was like, oh, don't do that. No, like, you, big time, yeah, you'll have people want to kill you for that. I was like, really? For drawing a picture of a guy? For, like, making a joke about him?
Yeah, you're not allowed to. You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah, you can't draw Muhammad.
Yeah.
You can't depict him in anything. You can't do anything like that. You can't, like, make a phrase and say that he said this. You're not allowed to, like, use the words of him in a joking way, not an artful way, not nothing.
Every time you even mention Muhammad in the Islam belief, you have to say peace be upon him. So all of the Muslims
which is just confusing as fuck, because then they named like 30% of their fucking population Muhammad. Like,
that's the most popular name in the world.
Yeah, because from what I'm aware, I may have this wrong, from what I'm aware, the first son of Muslim families is supposed to be named Muhammad.
Yeah, I have to double check on that. But yeah, like, I mean,
that's what I heard a while ago. Like, I'm not claiming as a fact, but that's what I heard a while ago. And I'm pretty sure it was from a Muslim. I was like, why is he named Muhammad? Why are there so many Muhammads? And he was like a first son every family.
If you, honestly, I will urge this to anyone. If you talk to a Muslim, I mean, say it with as much love as and I will say this as a Christian or a non-believer or a Jew or whatever, just let them read Surah 434. Let them read it and go, do you want to hit your wife? Do you want to do that?
Yeah, pretty gross.
We'll read out the comments as well. Clap City said the difference is the teachings. Exactly. Yeah, exactly to what our point was before. Yeah, absolutely. Davey said little kids become adults at puberty for a very, very long time. For a very, very long time. Yeah. Yeah, we copped a lot of, Jack said, yeah, we copped a lot of flack for that. The Catholics for and you still do today. I talk to people, and as soon as I mention the word Catholic, they're like, pedophile. Hey, guess what? Do you look at the LGBTQ flag? I urge our viewers right now, look up MAPs.
The problem
minor attracted persons, right?
Oh, yeah, that's fucked.
This is what the LGBTQ push, and there's a safe space for pedophiles. Now, I'm sorry. Dude, this grinds my gears. Minor attracted persons, yeah, we've got to be inclusive to everyone. You are off your head. I was about to swear. You are off your head. You are off your head. Davey said Western culture stopped that. With what we were talking about before, I need to try and remember. We go on tangents, don't we, Jax? And then Jack said, yeah, turn the other cheek. I'm tired of that with these animals. Hey, look, you can turn the other cheek, but fight evil. And not fight as in physically fight, but you can use your word. Your word is a sword. You don't need a weapon. Your words will do enough. And so, as a Christian, and you are here to
things too, but
you are here. Honestly, we love the people, we don't like the evil, and the people get influenced by the evil, and I can't exactly blame the people. Oh, sorry. Is my cross
a little bit of...
It's tingling with my Oh, yeah, it's tingling with the. I'll just do that one. I'll do this one. Yeah, absolutely. I'm calling my DOH that FM DOH DOH. I don't want to butcher anything, guys.
I don't know.
I'm your vessel of voice. So
see, the problem with calling Catholics like instantly just been like Catholic pedophile. The problem with that is that's no different to being like black criminal. Like that's no different. That is no fucking different. Do you want to know why? Because to be black doesn't inherently mean you're a criminal, and to be Christian doesn't inherently mean you're a pedophile. But to be Muslim does inherently mean you want to behead the infidels.
And if you don't, hey, we've got plenty of applications for the Christians over here, man.
To be Muslim and to love Muhammad for what he did, that is inherently as in part of the foundation of. That's what inherent is. It's like it comes with it foundationally. It cannot be separated from it. It's part of it. Being black doesn't inherently mean you're a criminal. Exactly. Being a Christian doesn't inherently mean you're a pedophile. And being a Muslim inherently means you worship a pedophile. Do you see the difference here? Because it's written in the Quran like that he did that and you're supposed to worship Muhammad, but it's not written in the Bible that you're supposed to touch little kids. Do you see the difference?
Isn't that...
If you can't, like, honestly, if you can't...
Fine quicksand?
Legitimately, like, I strongly recommend, like, we need hard workers. We need people to fucking shovel concrete. Like, there are so many smart people out there that do the hard yards, that fucking build the country and make everything run.
Shout out to you guys.
That do jobs way below their depth of intellect. That do jobs way below their depth of critical thinking. And what I say to you is, if you're not doing one of these hard, laborious jobs that helps fix the country, and you can't see the difference between what I just pointed out, please take somebody with more critical thinking skills position and help fucking provide something to the country, because your brain is not going to play a positive part. I'm sorry, like, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm literally just separating Curly from the rest of the Three Stooges here. Like, you're not all there, mate.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm just trying to say, wear this fucking helmet and take this shovel.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Jack wanted to reiterate what he meant by I'm calling DOH. He meant I'm calling my dog that F him. F him. Like, I don't want to say the swear word. I'm trying my best. Davey also said little kids become adults at puberty for all of human history. Western culture stopped it. Yeah, because we're all just like either being little special snowflakes, or like, the problem is, like, this is the thing, like, kids are getting influenced with the wrong stuff. They're like, hey, you should cut your dick off. You should cut it off. Like, what?
Yeah, see, it is a
The
good
family
thing.
unit's getting attacked.
It's a good thing that Western culture did stop that
Yeah.
whole defining children as adults from puberty. It's a good thing because
Yeah.
we just know scientifically that's not the case now.
Absolutely.
We just know that puberty starts the growth that, like, it starts this quick flash process of growth that turns you from a child into an adult. But it isn't the lockover point. It's the beginning of the period of growth.
Absolutely.
We just know that scientifically now. So it's so much better that we now understand how our bodies and mind function scientifically to a point where we know that having babies and having sexual relationships with people, like, you know, way beneath the age of like 18 isn't healthy for us in the long run. To have a productive and meaningful and happy life. Like, it's not, yeah, it's just not. We just know that scientifically now. We just know, like, the happiest, like, you can't, like, show me a person that's like, yeah, well, I was having lots of sex at 14, but I'm such a happy person now. Like, no, they're all fucking depressed. Like,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
we just have this, like, inclination as humans to just, like, self-sabotage, and you look up to these people that are just, like, falling apart and just, like,
and
bad.
you're like, yeah, that's great. And the thing is, hey, the Bible said premarital sex is not good. And maybe if we actually implemented that rule, I'm telling you, man, if you just knew that the person that you only slept with was the woman that you married, you'd actually, like, people will never know that. Most people will never know that feeling in Western culture. But I tell you what, honestly, you will feel so happy that you chose the right person. I promise you that. I promise you that. Clap City, God bless your heart, man. Clap City said, "Gotta head off. May God bless you both, protect you and your family, and bless you both with a prosperous life for telling truths that others are too afraid to." God bless you, man.
Brother. We'll see you next time.
God
every
bless
Thursday
you.
and Sunday.
We love you. We love you. We've got White Hayden. Sup, Duffy? Hey, Social Lemon. Welcome. Much love. Thank you for tuning in.
I mean, you came a bit late. We're close to finish. What I would like to do is do a break and then come back and do an encapsulation. We're probably going to finish up.
Yeah.
Say 8:45.
Yeah. We'll say about that. Yeah. So we've got about good maybe 20 minutes or so. Left of it. Shout out to Mum. Thank you for tuning in, Mum. Much love. Thank you for giving birth to me. Sending love and peace to both of you. God bless you, Mum. I love you. We love you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for not being a Muslim.
Yeah, thanks for not being a Muslim, Mum. Yeah. And Hayden said, "Sup, boys." Yeah. We have unfolded a lot.
I've gone through a lot. Through a lot.
Mum, shout out. Davey said, "Love Deadset Mum." I think Mum will be Deadset Mum now. It has to be Deadset Mum.
Yeah.
She's Deadset Mum.
Yeah. You should make her a new account.
I should. I go, Mum. We're gonna
make her a new Twitch account. So
yeah,
she can comment
Deadset Mum.
Yeah.
Honestly, you are Deadset Mum now.
That'll be way.
I like that, Davey. Well done. Well done. Thank you. You're a trendsetter.
Yeah. Well, let's do a.
We'll have a quick break. Yeah.
Let's do a 5-minute so I can go wee and pump so we can say things calmly.
Yeah. Absolutely. Guys, stay tuned in. We're just gonna have a quick 5-minute break. We'll be back for another about 20 minutes to finish off this episode. But really, honestly, thank you for tuning in. Your voice is heard. If you have anything that you want to talk about this Bondi stuff, please, I'll be the vessel to voice your voice, and we'll be back. Yeah,
I'll be the person that either laughs or argues with you.
No, too easy, guys. God bless you guys. We'll be back in just a jiffy. G'day, guys. We are back.
We're back.
Thank you for tuning in. We have been covering the Bondi stuff, and
the whole Bondi attack, and the fact that it's not a terrorist problem, the fact that it's a Muslim problem. And I know that there's all this shit that goes around online that's constantly saying, like, what we need to do is keep focus on the two people at blame and
not-
we need to
not the
not
religion.
direct it off to this whole thing. Well,
woke.
what we probably should do is look at his motives for doing this attack.
And where
that's
does those-
probably what we should direct
And
it
where
at.
does those motives come from and those values, Jax?
Probably that hateful, fucked up, disgusting religion of his.
Of the Quran. We should do a Quran episode of reading out some of the things of the Quran. We've been doing recently, obviously, if you've tuned in last episode, we did the 48 Laws of Power. We've done a dozen of those so far. We will be continuing that as well. But I think I've got two versions of the Quran. They have two different things. And obviously you can say that for the Bible. There's a bunch of different versions of the Bible for translations and people to soak in different ways. But we will be covering that too, obviously, because it is a big problem and we want to discuss about it. We want to, and we want you guys to have a voice. I really appreciate you guys tuning in and saying your 2 cents, because this is what Australia is all about. And you guys deserve to have a voice, and we want to be the platform to be able to put that out there, because we care and we want things to be better for the country.
And look, we're up for discussion too. Like,
Absolutely.
if anybody thinks this is absolute crocky of shit and it's just no, Islam is actually a loving religion and it doesn't actually say that, like, come on and debate me. Like,
Please.
I'm not gonna berate you and swear at you and anything. Like, I'll happily have a conversation with you. Like, you know what I mean? I'm only going to attack you if you've shot at people. Like, that's that's a whole different thing.
Absolutely.
Like, if you legitimately think that you're a decent person and a Muslim at the same time, like, I promise you, you're wrong. It's one or the other.
It is.
So, like, come on and prove me wrong.
And I understand there's that there's obviously that exception to the rule. Like, we did have Ahmed Al-Ahmed. I'm butchering his name right now. Wait, let me just where is he? Ahmed Al-Ahmed. Yeah, sorry, I didn't butcher his name. But yeah, he was a proclaimed Muslim, right? There is an argument to say that people were saying he was a Christian.
Yeah.
But the thing is, he doesn't live by the book.
He's a proclaimed Muslim, okay, but either he's not a Muslim or he's at least kicked out of their faith because he stopped the jihad. So instantly he's done something wrong
against his own belief system, right?
Yeah. So at this point, if they actually abide by the book, then he's kicked out, or he doesn't actually abide by his faith. He's not a Muslim.
Yeah. He's not a Muslim.
That's why everyone loves him. That's why everyone sees him as a hero, because he's clearly not a Muslim.
Right? Like,
clearly not a Muslim.
I just had to do that. I don't know. It's just fun. Identify as a female, right? Oh.
Yeah, it's something that needs to be addressed, where we can't have a multicultural country. I don't think it's possible. I've never thought it's possible. Not since I was a kid and I first heard it and somebody said, well, it's a multicultural country. And I said, well, but aren't there conflicting cultures? And it was like, what do you mean? I was like, but aren't certain cultures about religions and the religions like hate each other, or there's some religions that literally want to kill other religions? I was like, oh, well, they just don't live by that. Well, then it's not really like,
it's not really.
How much of it do they cut off then? Like, at what point do they get to say like, all that but not that? And I know, like, it's the dumbest argument. People come back and go, and again, I'm not a Christian, but I'm just smart enough to see the difference between, like, when people go, well, what about like the don't eat shrimp thing? It's like, but it's already been solved. It's already been debunked that it's like, that's Old Testament. The New Testament completely rewrote the rules.
Yes, it's the Levitical law. Jesus fulfilled like those laws, and then just said, hey, you can do this and follow me, and that's basically where it's the most basic of way of saying it. We can go into the laws that Jesus fulfilled, and I've gone into that in a lot of episodes, and we can go into that in more episodes. And you can even claim that, hey, Christians don't live by the book, but guess what? The book even says, the Bible even says, you will fall short, because we all fall short. If we, it's like an example, we've got the new year coming, everyone's setting New Year's resolutions, you're gonna fall short most of the time. It's just how it goes. It's the way of the human cycle. It's, and so Because yes, and that does proclaim that even Muslims will fall short. So it's good that you're falling short because at least you're not living by the book of the Quran.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's no good, honestly. All you got to do if you really think that's great, and we should have more of that over here, or it's welcomed over here. Just
find quicksand.
you know what the best thing is to do? You know what's super easy to do, and this is so easy. Look up underage pregnant women in fucking Middle Eastern countries, and you will very, very quickly find multiple videos of pregnant children at the markets.
Oh, it just grinds my gears even thinking.
Very
about
quickly, you can find that.
It grinds my gears thinking of that. It's just
like that's enough for me.
Yeah, no, it is. It's enough for me. Jack said, "One good bloke doesn't mean the majority want us dead."
I think what he means is the majority don't want us.
Sorry. The
Yes.
majority don't want us.
Yeah, that's what he means. Probably is.
Yeah.
And is exactly right.
Mm.
Now there's probably plenty of good blokes. There's plenty of people that say they're not Christian and live by Christian ethics. There's plenty of people that are Christian say they don't. There's people that are Christian and do live by Christian ethics that also live by Buddhist ethics to a degree. It doesn't.
And even shout out to my Buddhist man. At least you guys aren't even. You're not like.
There's not many Buddhist terrorist attacks, at least. That's
right.
The thing.
Because Buddhism, and there are some things that I would agree with Buddha, and as a Christian is saying that it is good to, there is times to deny your desires, and that it is sometimes a good thing. There's a sacrifice. The big biblical statement is sacrifice breeds salvation. We all sacrifice something, right? Like if you get married, you sacrifice your lust to other people and doing those things because you were consummated in a monogamous marriage, right? There is a sacrifice to everything. You go to work, you're sacrificing your time so you can have a living. There is a sacrifice does breed salvation. And it's true. Obviously I'm not saying you should be sacrificing people or sacrificing babies,
but that's
as
the
people
thing.
do.
That's never sacrifice.
That's
I
just.
think if you don't,
that's not even
you're
sacrifice.
not the one giving something up.
Yeah, and it's something else
very
that's
hard
giving it.
to be called sacrifice. And the problem with why it's still labeled as sacrifice is because if you attain a goat, it's your goat. There's no the goat has its own thing. It's your goat. And and in olden times, if you kidnap a person and sacrifice them, they were your person. There was no human rights for everyone, equal laws. There was none of that. So,
yeah, no, exactly. And look, at the end of the day, look, we're looking at Bondi, and
it's fucked.
It is hurting us all in some way, shape, or form. People are coming up with I've seen so many fights on Facebook, on my personal account as well, that you've just got the woke people who are really excusing Albanese's behaviour, and people are like, don't blame Albanese. It's but dude, honestly, if he had a good heart, he would be there with the Bondi people for the whole day, and people go, oh, but he has this and this and this to do. Guess what? Guess what the serious situation is that everyone's talking about is this right now, is the Bondi thing. After the last episode that we filmed on Sunday, which it all happened on Sunday on the 14th, I was losing sleep making sure that everyone I was researching everyone who I knew who was around there was okay. It's a sad thing to be happening in Australia, and it was like this, the Lint Cafe incident that happened about a decade ago now. We had 3 casualties, and this is now it's times it by 4 or 5. It's 400 to 500% worse. We've really got to look at what's going on with our policies, allowing these people on working visas to have 6 firearms, dude. I think even the leftists who completely do not like guns and are pro non-gun or whatever the case may be, you still are excusing these people, and it's so weird. I'm like, you just hate your country. You just want people to die.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, it's the guns is the problem. No. They would still even if all guns, even if we couldn't hunt and we in Australia and we could not get firearms at all, these people will still find a way to illegally attain these things. Regardless, it's the evil. And the evil comes from the belief system and the values of the Islam Quran. And I have studied it all and it grinded my gears. I urge you, as an Australian citizen, study the Quran. Really understand what the evil we're fighting is and the nature of what we're fighting is how prominent it is in our country. It was even said that the one of the guys who were the shooters, I think it was the father, he just came from a mosque. He just came from a mosque after, and straight after he went to to Bondi. What? What were you saying in this mosque? What was happening?
Yeah.
We don't know because he's dead. And then there's people, I was saying earlier that maybe, this 24-year-old should get the death penalty. But even then, right, then it's just the easy way out. You are not suffering the repercussions of the justicial system. It's... Yeah. He will be picking up the soap in jail, I promise you that.
I think a life in hell is always better than a death sentence if you're looking for actual...
Eternity, life in hell.
If you're looking... no, but I think like an actual life
hell on,
in hell.
hell on earth.
I think keeping
yeah.
them alive in a prison where Australians are going to...
Not
the worst
like
of us
yeah.
are going to take out their frustrations on him for his bullshit.
Yes.
In, halfly because they're psychos themselves and halfly because they, even as bad as they are, understand how fucked up his doctrine is. So there's a lot of good people in prison. At the end of the day, if somebody molests your daughter and you kill them, you'll go to prison.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's plenty of people in
the
prison
way of
for
justice
that. And I don't think he's a bad person. Now, I understand by some face he is, but I don't think that's bad. I think if it's a repeat offender, child molester, and he's going to get a small sentence and get out, or this guy can kill him. Personally, I think that's something that's you've gone bad enough. That's I don't think he's done the wrong thing. I don't think he should be jailed for life for that. I think he should definitely have to go into a program to destabilize himself from the severity of killing someone. But I think in a justicial system that isn't keeping up with people doing the wrong thing, like we've seen at Bondi, at some point, it's a society, and us citizens have to bear the repercussions of your failure to protect us as a government and police force. And we're not going to lie down and let people kill us and touch our kids and do all this nonsense. We're going to fight back unless you do something about it. And we pay money on everything we buy. We pay money on every dollar we make.
Yep.
Also, you can get a paycheck to do this. Now, I understand in certain perspectives, there's certain government jobs that definitely don't get a good write-off the government. Nurses, for one.
Yep. And we'll cover that on Sunday. Tune in. We'll be having our first guest, which is my father.
We will.
Talking about the whole nurse system, and a lot of people aren't aware of this, but we'll get into it. I won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nurses and police and genuinely police get a bad rap. The police
Absolutely.
at Bondi did such a good job. It's often not the people on foot. It's often the captains and the politicians and the bullshit people that just talk and make the rules. There's a lot of studies coming out now. I mean, this isn't an Australian problem, but there's a lot of things coming out now of people revealing that police commissioners in America, what they've been doing is to fill quotas of reducing black crime specifically. They'll take people that are clearly black in skin color, they're dark, and they'll label them as a white person because they have one white parent. So that way they reduce black crime quotas, and also they're getting funded from whatever bullshit Black Lives Matter program or whatever's happening is paying them, so they can go, look, there's just as much white crime, or white crime's nearly as bad, or so there's a whole bunch of this corrupt bullshit happening as well. But
and Black Lives Matter. Look, the corporation, honestly, if you know what's up, don't like them. But Black lives do matter. But the corporation, you should just do your research. I won't even tell you. Just do your research where all that money went to. with the Black Lives Matter movement and the people who held that. It's there. It makes you like you see that and you're like, oh, of course Black Lives Matter. But then the people who are actually in charge of that, I'm telling you, it's evil. It's evil. And I love anyone, no matter what skin color you are. But when you have these movements that start to do evil and do this evil and just use it for their own beneficial terms and using it for ways to politically divide and do these things, it's not good. Davey said here, there's a bunch of people saying that everyone needs to spread love because of this, which is nice, but I'm sick of them telling us to just where is it? Telling them to I'm sick sorry. I'm sick of them telling them to just cover our ears, eyes, and mouth to pretend like nothing is happening. Exactly. It's like this is the people excusing this behavior. It's not good. It is not good. Hassan just saw the dog out of its bed. Guys, to give you context, Hassan, didn't he say he was shocking his dog or something? Just for fun. Like actually we'll do this for another episode. Hassan,
some shit, Davey.
you woke Islamic piece. I was about to say the S word. I haven't put anything in the swear jar this
You've
time.
done well.
I've done well.
Less money
praise
for
God.
Kamala.
But yeah, well, I think we should.
Hey, we're about there. Look, there's not much more to say. It's an extremely fucking tragic thing that we haven't all come to a consensus as Australians that we need to abolish a religion that says that we should die, that says that we should be beheaded, so that they can go to an afterlife to fuck 72 virgins.
Yeah, or 48, or
48,
whatever it is.
48 laws of power, 72.
See,
fucking you're a bunch like just the afterlife of being able to fucking be greeted with a bunch of virgins is just weird enough as it is. Like, it's just if that's the whole motivation behind it, like, fuck me, I don't know. Again, you just remind me of that like crippled, emotionally tortured girl that's just manipulated into being like, no, my drunken husband's not that bad. He just beats me a little bit. Like,
I knew a girl who just kept getting cheated on, and she just excused his behavior and be like, oh, he's a good guy, and he's like, he cheated on her like 40 times.
That's what this
from girls on Tinder. She found like all these and I'm like, you are enabling this behavior.
Your brethren are killing people if you're a Muslim, and you should just come. You really just need to honestly do enough research into what you're going to abide by to be able to stand by it on solid ground, because anyone that's got any sense and want to understand the depth behind something is just going to demolish you as soon as they've had the time to be able to understand what the Quran says.
I urge the woke just to go to the Middle East and say all the things. Just go in the Middle East. If you don't like this country because you're so woke, go to the Middle East.
Yeah,
please
have fun with that.
Say that to all of your fellow people you're holding your belief systems for, because you will realize very shortly enough that you are an infidel too, and they want to behead you and kill you.
Yep, genuinely. And another message just to add to the end. Look, there is an oligarchy in Australia, in America, and Western countries. There is oligarchies that run things. There's no doubt about it. You can't be fucking stupid and say there's not. And to say that, look, if you're one of these people that's invested in, like, if you're like a Nick Fuentes fan that's like invested into this idea that it's like, that it's primarily Jews that are the oligarchy, even if you think that's the case, these people meeting up at, like, in public in Sydney at the beach wearing the same attire you or I would wear, they're not the oligarchy. These people that were killed and shot at were not. They were not at all the
just
billionaires controlling things behind the scenes. Don't think for a second that it's okay to justify laughing about what happened or saying good on it, rah rah, whatever, doesn't matter because they were Jews. These, like, you're supposed to, if you believe things like that, you're supposed to also believe and be an individualist thinker, and these individuals themselves were not the oligarchy. These people didn't deserve that.
Hey, I know.
This was just a horrible incident.
And shout out to the Jewish community of Australia. My heart honestly goes out to you guys. I had a person come into my work recently who was doing a memorial of all faiths that about all this stuff. He was setting things up, and he was Jewish, and I really pleaded with him, and I felt really bad for everyone who was involved, and you were just practicing your faith. And even though I'm not part of the Jewish faith, I worship a Jew, and I still love you. We still love you, regardless of what Netanyahu does in the country. That isn't who you are as a Jew. And if we, at the end of the day, the citizens shouldn't be copying the flack. It's the people who are causing these movements and causing these divides. It's quite sad, and
Yep.
and Davey liked to say as well, as one of the last things we're putting out here is police be upon them. Happy Hanukkah as well. Davey said, happy Hanukkah, guys. Honestly, you guys should not be persecuted at all for practicing your religion in Australia, as long as that a religion doesn't mean you should behead infidels and destroy your fellow man.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep. That's all there is.
That's it.
Anyway, sad moment for Australia, but might be a turning point. There's a lot of people that are waking up. So
Absolutely.
hopefully, we'll have some other stuff on the Sunday. We'll see how we're going to have a bit of a talk about some other government employees that are getting a ripe go with this current government,
especially the Premier.
And we're also going to talk to someone who I think personally, and I'm unbiased on this, obviously, I don't have an agenda on this, I think personally is quite a decent person, quite a well-mannered, quite a respectable, and quite a successful in things that I escape as being a human or a man. He's quite successful in all these departments, and he's raised a half decent kid, which is this fucker here. I would like to, he has some stuff to talk about. And
he's being the voice for nurses. We don't want to specify too hard because he will be.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
But we will have a different set on Sunday. It'll be somewhere else. It'll be in a very nice, let's say, resort.
It's a whole different thing. And I definitely want to dig a little into his political opinions on things.
We're gonna have, I think, a couple of different episodes.
I don't think he aligns with me politically exactly, which is very odd because I align with him in terms of just like a
ethics
social,
and
personal,
morale.
and ethical way. Yeah, very much so.
So yeah,
I'm very interested to see if maybe he can teach me something. Maybe I can teach him something. Maybe one of us is lost. Maybe we're both misinformed. Maybe neither of us are.
Maybe, yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
it's going to be a really interesting episode. We'll have, I think, 2 different live streams on Sunday. I think one will be about the nurses. And then we're going to have
a political talk.
A political talk.
The start of our series, which is interviewing what I deem as successful Australian men and or women, and getting their political and social takes on things.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good episode. Honestly, I'm looking forward to it. And it's our first guest.
Yep.
And
my first interviewee.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Shout out to Jack. Shout out to Davey. Shout out to Hayden. Shout out to Deadset Mum. Love you. Shout out to our other Clap City. Shout out to you, Clap City. Thank you so much for giving your 2 cents. You were heard. You were loved. God bless you. God bless you all.
Thanks very much for being here. It's good to have other people included in the conversation. Hopefully, Duffy's has voiced for you well. If he hasn't, give him shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, soon to be Deadset Dad too. Yeah, we will have Deadset Dad on, basically.
Yeah, we'll have another one. So
you're gonna see. How we go.
We'll see how we go. He should. I mean, he might be allied with the show. He might have very different opinions to the show. We'll see.
He might even be another guest later on down the line.
Either way, I think he's a good guy at face and a little bit deeper value. So
he raised me, so I'm very thankful and grateful. So
it'll be the beginning of our series of talking to what I deem as worthwhile Australians to get their opinion on
on everything, on what we have here is I would say a good country. We're a very fortunate country, and there's just those things that we need to attack. That is the evil that infiltrates and litters the country, and what I would call a brood of vipers who are littering the country. But we are going to be talking about a lot of that sort of stuff, and the people involved, and hopefully get some different opinions. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
We'll see how we go.
too easy.
Thank
All
you
right,
again
guys.
for being here.
Shout out, guys. Shout out again. Jack said, "Go the boys, Deadset Legends." You're a legend. We love you.
You're a legend. Thanks again.
We
See
love you
on
all.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah. Take care,
Thanks for being
guys.
here.
Thanks for tuning in. Mwah!